and welcome to Yoga Club. I'm Jess. This is your place for learning, fun, stretching and relaxing. Let's get ready for our big by coming into a big circle. Come to sit down on your bottoms, cross your legs, sit up nice and tall. Pretend like there's a string pulling you up. And then close your eyes. Take your hands to your belly. We'll take some big breaths in and big breaths out together before we do our big Big breath in to blow your belly up like a balloon. When you breathe out, let it all out through the mouth. 2 more times. Big breath in. Big breath out. Another big breath in. This time take the biggest breath that you've taken all day long. And big breath out to blow it all out. Now we're ready for our big So let's take a big breath in together. And then we do our Om. Fantastic, you're getting really good at these Oms. I just love doing our big Om together. So do we remember what we learnt last time? We learnt how to be the pond and how we can just watch all the fish swimming around, didn't we? And we also learned about the sun salutations. So quickly come into your 2s and 3s now and show each other your sun salutations. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a little recap before we move on. Brilliant. I bet you're nice and warm now after those sun salutations. We'll be doing some more of those later, but this time making it a little bit harder. But before that, I want to let you know about a new technique that we use to control our thoughts. Now, scientists say that we have at least one thought every 2 seconds. That's over 40,000 thoughts a day. That's a lot of thoughts. We have all sorts of different thoughts. Some are ideas, like, I want to have a nice ham sandwich for dinner. Some are memories, like, I had a really good time at the park last weekend. And some are the things we learn, like 2 times 2 equals 4. So many different thoughts, like how there's so many different fish in our pond last week. Thinking is what makes us human, so we can't stop thinking altogether. But when there's too many thoughts, our minds can become cluttered and untidy. This makes us worried, sad, and sometimes even angry. Let's think of our thoughts like bubbles. They pop into our head and they get bigger and bigger and they float around for a little while and then they float away. Sometimes they go pop. But other thoughts are a little bit difficult to get rid of. They pop up in our minds, they get bigger and bigger, but instead of floating away, they just hover around. And they stay in our head for a very long time, and it makes us sad, angry, or worried. And these thoughts are most often questions like, what are they whispering about? Or who am I going to play with at playtime? What if nobody likes to play with me? Or I wonder if I'll get an invite to that birthday party. These thoughts are not very useful to us. The less thought bubbles we have in our minds, the more that we can be our happy and healthy selves. Do you know a good way that we can help those thought bubbles float away? It's by breathing deeply, just like we've been practicing so far. Big breaths in and big breaths out. So let's practice that together. I want you to close your eyes and just rest your hands on your knees. Sit up nice and tall and notice those thought bubbles coming into your mind. And when those thought bubbles come up, I want you to take a big breath in. And when you breathe out, take a big breath out and blow that thought bubble away. Sometimes it takes a few tries, but that's okay. Big breath in and then blow it away. Another big breath in, then blow that thought bubble away. And now just carry on listening to the music and keep blowing those bubbles away. Big breath in, big breath out. And slowly open your eyes again and notice how your mind has become quiet and those thought bubbles has floated away. We're going to try that again, but this time I'm going to stay quiet and just let you listen to the music. Remember, big breaths in and big breaths out to blow those bubbles away. open your eyes again. It does take practice to blow our thoughts away, but the less thoughts we have, the more that we can learn. So I promise it's worth it. Another way that we can reduce those thought bubbles with our head is through yoga. So today I'm going to be teaching you sun salutations again, but this time making things a little bit harder. Don't worry, I know you're ready for it. Do you remember how we start our sun salutations? With our special yoga word, Namaste. That's right. This time, let's stand and say our Namaste. Come to stand on your feet. Come into the top of your mat if you're on a mat. If not, don't worry. And you can take your feet together or wide apart. And we take our hands to our hearts, take a big breath in, and we bow and say Namaste to say thank you to the sun. And then on your next big breath in, we're going to reach the arms all the way up towards the sky. And we're going to make clouds with our hands by swirling around and around. And then we go the other way, swirl around and around. Come back to the middle and we'll wiggle our fingers all the way down. Bend our knees, tickle your own toes, tickle your friend's toes, and then tickle your other friend's toes. We come back to the middle and we take our hands to the ground. We step our right foot back into lunge pose, or as I like to call this, grasshopper pose. So we do some grasshopper hops, hop, 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 hop. And then we'll bring our hands to the ground, step the left toes back into downward facing dog. Wag your tail here and shake the head yes and no. Good job. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's bend our knees and look to the top of the mat, to your hands. And then let's step your right foot to the top of the mat. And your left foot joins. And then we fold our bodies down, wiggle your fingers, tickle your toes, tickle your friend's toes, tickle your other friend's toes. And then we reach our arms all the way up, taking as much space as possible. And then take our hands to our hearts again and we say Namaste and we bow. So that's the right side done. Do you remember what side we do now? So we've just done the right side, which is the opposite side. The left side, good job. So breathe in to reach the arms all the way up. Let's make our clouds swirl around and around. And then swirl the other way, around and around. And we wiggle our fingers all the way down. Tickle your toes, tickle your friend's toes, and then tickle your other friend's toes. Come back to the middle. We bring our hands to the ground and we step the left toes back into grasshopper pose. So we hop, 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 hop. And then we'll bring our hands to the ground and we step the other toes back, downward facing dog. Wag your tail and take your dog for a walk. Well done. Bend your knees, look to the top, and we'll step our left foot to the top, and then our right foot joins. Fold our bodies down, tickle your toes, tickle your friend's toes, tickle your other friend's toes, and then come back to the middle. And then on your next big breath in, reach all the way up towards the sky. Take up as much space as you can. And then breathe out and bring your hands to your hearts. And we bow and say Namaste. Well done. Bring the hands by your side into your mountain pose. Let's close the eyes and breathe. Can you notice them thought bubbles? And can you blow them out with your breath? See those thought bubbles float away. We're going to do that one more time. So big breath in to reach all the way up And we'll swirl around and around. And we'll swirl the other way around and around. And we'll wiggle our fingers all the way down. Tickle your toes. Over to one side. Over to the other side. Come back to the middle. This time we'll step the right foot back again. And then we do our hop, 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 hop. Step your other toes back. Downward facing dog. Wag your tail and take your dog for a walk. Bend your knees and look between your hands. We step the right foot to the top, the left foot to the top. Fold our bodies down. And then we reach all the way up towards the sky. And when you breathe out, hands to your hearts, we bow and say Namaste. Good job. Now we have to do it on the other side. So big breath in to reach all the way up. And then we swirl around and around. And the other way around and around. Wiggle your fingers all the way down and fold our bodies down. Over to one side. Over to the other side. Back to the middle. We bring our hands down. This time your left foot to the back. And we do our hoppity hoppity hops. 2 more hops, hops. And then our other foot comes back. Downward facing dog. Well done, everyone. Take your dog for a walk and wag your tail. On your next big breath in, you're going to look to the top, bend your knees. Your left foot between your hands. Your right foot joins. Let's fold our bodies down. Big breath in to take up some space, reach all the way up. And then when you breathe out, hands to your hearts. And we say Namaste and we bow. Take your hands by your side, come back into your mountain pose. Well done. Close your eyes. Big breath in, big breath out. Using your breath is also a great way that we can cool our bodies down. And slowly open your eyes again. I'm going to give you a little bit of time now to practice your sun salutations with your friends. This time you might like to add in some extra moves of your own. So use the yoga poses that you've learnt so far, and then we'll meet back here when you're ready. So, did we all get a chance to practice those sun salutations and have some fun creating some new moves? Fantastic. I hope you had some fun with that. Now, let's take our feet as wide as the mat into star pose. Take our arms out wide. As you breathe in, you're going to reach the hands all the way up towards the sky. Look up, and then we hop the feet back together. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, hop. Let's make a crescent moon shape. So take a big breath in and look up. When you breathe out, we're going to tilt over to one side like a crescent moon. Stay here. And can we stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Come back to the middle. Another big breath in. When you breathe out, tilt over to the other side. Can we stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Come back to the middle. Now we're going to try the half moon pose. This one is a little bit tricky. We're going to take one foot out to the side, and then we'll start to lift the opposite foot off the ground. And then we'll take one hand to the ground, and maybe we stay here, or maybe we take the opposite hand up towards the sky. Careful not to fall here, but if you fall, don't worry. Just try again. Yoga's all about having fun, falling, laughing, and then trying again. Woo! It takes a little bit of practice, this pose, and it helps if you keep your eyes on one spot. Big breath in, big breath out, and when you've had enough, come back to the middle. Well done. I told you it was a tricky one. Let's come over to the other side, shall we? So you take your other foot out to the side, and then we start to lift the back foot off the ground. And then bring that hand down. Maybe it touches the ground. And then maybe we can take our other hand up towards the sky. Ooh, this is a bit tricky. Make sure you keep your eyes on one spot to help you. Big breath in and big breath out. And slowly come back to the middle. Well done, everyone. Give yourself a big hug. You've done so well. And then pat yourself on the back. Well done. Let's take our hands to our hearts. Bring our feet together. And we're going to lower our bottoms all the way down. Come into stand on your toes. Can we stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Use your hands to come back and sit on your bottoms. And we're going to lie down all the way onto our backs. Let's bring our feet on the ground, your hands on the ground. When you breathe in, we're going to lift our bottoms off the ground into bridge pose. Big breath in, big breath out. Another big breath in, and when you breathe out, bring your bottoms back down onto the ground and give yourself another big hug because you've done so well today. When you're giving yourself a hug, rock from side to side so you can get a nice massage in your lower back. Big breath in, big breath out. And whenever you're ready, you can bring your feet down onto the ground. Straighten one leg, straighten the other leg. And let's rest our bodies. Close your eyes and practice blowing those thought bubbles away. Big breath in, big breath out to blow those bubbles away. Now don't worry, I'll still be here. You just listen to the music and try to blow those bubbles away. slowly start to come back to your body by wiggling your fingers and toes and moving your head from side to side. Maybe taking a big stretch. Take your hands together and push the palms away, and then point your toes away from your body. Give yourself another big hug. And what are you thankful for today? I'm thankful that the sun has come out today. And I'm also thankful for Yoga Club and for you guys for showing up. Once you have the 3 things that you're thankful for, roll over to one side and then use your hands to help you and come back to sit on your bottoms. Keep your eyes closed for just a little bit longer. Once you're back on your bottoms, take your hands to your hearts and we take a big breath in together and then we bow and say our special yoga word. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Namaste. Thank you so much everyone for coming to Yoga Club today. Keep practicing blowing those thought bubbles away. I hope you had fun today and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye bye now.